You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And today we are here with Tamar Neumann. She is the executive director. And Jason Levering, he is the artistic director. And that is of Omaha Fringe 2023. We're going to talk about it with the executive and artistic director. Welcome.
Yay.
To our little shoe.
Thank you so much. So glad to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, we're so happy to. And we're happy to talk again with you guys about this because I know Fringe has been just so successful and you've survived the pandemic and we've come out the other side and things are on track. So it was a good time to talk about everything you have going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is actually our 5th year, but 4th festival. Thank you, pandemic.
Yeah, skipped over.
And Tamar, you actually still get to be involved. I know you're not here in Nebraska right now, so that's great that you can continue to get to be involved from afar even.
I'm excited to still be a part of this project that I started that I'm not going to let die.
I love it.
That's right.
I love it. Well, so this is going to be August 10th through the 13th. It's coming up. And we were going to talk to you about some of the things that are going to be part of this festival and how the festival is going to work this year, because it's just a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year we expanded a little bit. We added an additional venue, Benson Theater, which Jason can talk to maybe in just a minute. And we also are using both spaces at UNO to give us a total of 4 spaces this year. So that'll be the most spaces we've ever had.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll have 20 artists or producing companies as a part of the festival as well, which will be the most we've ever had. So we're really excited to be able to do both of those things. And we've condensed it back down into one weekend. So it'll be 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with opportunities for the artists to perform 3 times.
Will people be able to go online and see what locations are going to be offering what play or production?
So our tickets go on sale July 1st. July 1st.
Just gonna
re-emphasize that.
Yay!
And as that posts, we will have the schedule up, all the show synopses for all the different shows. You'll be able to see who's performing where, so you can kind of plan out who you want to see and when you want to see them.
So, Jason, you're able to do this at Benson this year.
Yeah, Benson gets in on this.
Yeah. This was something that we talked about actually a little bit last year, and just with timing and everything, it didn't work for us to do any Fringe at Benson last year. But wanted to make sure that I at least saved some calendar time this year in case the Fringe was able to come here, and just kind of was talking with Tamar and Laura about it early in the planning for 2023. Bringing some of the Fringe to Benson does allow us to open it up to have more shows. So I think last year it was 14 or 15 shows, and this year we're doing 20.
Oh, wow.
Total. And that's kind of broken down pretty evenly between each of the venues. I think there's 5 planted in each space. So it actually also makes it really, I don't want to say easy, but each venue is only doing 5 shows instead of doing 6 or 7. It helps the venues out a bit too. So Benson Theater is really excited about this. This is the theater has not really had anything like this in its space. We've done theater before, but this kind of thing where it's a part of something bigger that's part of the community is a new thing for us. We just came out of doing Benson Film Festival, which was a 2-day thing, not exactly like this, but was pretty successful. And so we're looking for that same kind of success with Fringe this year.
Well, and you mentioned before we started recording that at Benson that you guys have really been doing a lot. It seems like collaborating with others seems to be a big part of maybe your identity going forward. Maybe and this is just more to that.
Definitely. We really are kind of shifting hard into becoming more of a presenting theater than a producing theater. We've always had the aspect of like an organization or an artist being able to rent our space to do work here.
Okay.
But we started kind of leaning into collaborations in 2022 towards the end of the year, and then really have kind of continued to go down that path, and just kind of feel like that's what our space is for, is to bring the community's work to our space rather than us creating work. So we may decide that we want to do something ourselves here or there, but we're still going to be looking for partners to do that work with.
Right.
Well, and one of the cool stories about Benson and Fringe from last year, even though Fringe was not able to be a part of Benson's programming last year, one of our artists, one of the shows, Benson brought in and did a full production for the show. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
Well,
I love that. I think I'd have a hard time choosing where I want to be and what, I mean, I assume
So there's 4 days,
Yeah.
so just pick one venue each day.
Oh, okay. And then you'll be able to
Easy.
see them all?
Then you'll get to all the venues
You'll
and
see 'em all.
get a good smattering. Yep.
But if you stay at one location for some reason, will you still get to see them all?
Well, if you stayed at one venue for the whole festival, you would only see the 5 shows that were at that venue.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that's how it's
Yeah.
They're doing
So
5
you'll
per
have to,
venue.
yeah,
Okay.
because the shows don't move between venues. That would be
Got it.
incredibly challenging.
Right. Right.
That would be
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay. So if you want to see the whole thing, you have to go to all 4 locations. Got it.
yes.
Yeah, you'll have to
No,
hop
that's
around.
helpful.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't catch
Which
that
is
the
cool.
first time. Or if there was one.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I like that.
Yeah, we're hoping we can get a lot of the Omaha community to maybe go to a venue they haven't been to yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like the Big
Right.
Canvas Theater in Blackstone, still a lot of people are learning about that theater.
That
We'd
place
love
is
to
great.
yeah, it's amazing. So we'd love to get some more of the Omaha community out there. That's where most of our like improv and stand-up comedy will be.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if you're really into stand-up comedy,
Oh, yeah.
go there.
Oh, okay.
Heck yeah.
So that I was going to say, how did you decide? But that would be why. Okay.
Well, I mean, that wasn't fully how we decided. The artists submit to us what their technical needs are and like kind of how the size of their show.
Got it.
And then we look at the different venues that we have, and we look at where we think the shows would fit best, right? So if you have a big show that's seems to have maybe a larger cast or a lot of technical needs, we're most likely going to put you in a theater that can accommodate those technical
Got it.
needs, right? We wouldn't want you to be in a space where maybe some of what you need to make your show successful isn't available to you.
Right. Now, did you guys do lottery again this year?
Yes.
Okay. And Tamar, you actually have one of your shows in this particular festival as well.
I
So it got
do.
picked.
I got
Lottery.
picked out of the hat. I mean, honestly, I never win anything. So I was kind of surprising. I was like, oh, my name got drawn.
Excellent.
And then now I feel like everyone's like, oh, she runs it. So she got in. But I swear to you, like you can, everybody who was there can witness it was drawn out of the hat.
I think it's good to note. I think that's only fair. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your show?
Yeah, sure. So it's called The Real Professor, and I was given the challenge. So I'm one of my PhD focuses is as a playwright, and I took a class that was supposed to write a 1-person show, and so I took that challenge and said I'm going to write a show for Fringe. And then I got in, so that worked out great. So I specifically wrote this show knowing that I wanted it to be in my or some other Fringe festival. And essentially it's about academia. So it's about the life of an adjunct professor. If you don't know what an adjunct professor is, come see the show. All will be explained. Most importantly, there is a puppet.
Oh,
Whoa.
The
puppet.
main character
Whoa.
is a puppet.
He
Oh.
loves the puppet.
Oh, my.
Yes, I'm very excited because I'm obsessed with puppets too. This is the first play I've ever written with puppets.
Oh, my.
So I'm very excited to do. I mean, it's not a puppet show. feel as like I'm trivializing it.
No,
but yes.
Oh, wow.
So a puppet, the adjunct professor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
That's awesome.
I love that so much.
So Lara Marsh is directing it for me.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh, my gosh. I can't wait.
Oh, she'll do great. It'll be fun. That sounds like so much fun.
I am always down with puppets. Wherever they can be.
Yes, puppets. So tell us I know you're going to have some dancers. You've got maybe 4 groups that are dancing.
Volk's Dance Collective will be one of the featured artists here at the theater. And the theater actually, from Fringe is how I kind of got to know folks, Aaron Brandt and Rachel Tobin and all the wonderful people that are a part of that group. And so I had reached out to them after Fringe last year, not necessarily to bring what they did at Fringe to us, but to talk with them about creating something new specifically for our stage. And then as luck would have it, they got drawn for the Fringe again this year. And I kind of begged Tamar to let us have them here at the theater because we have such a wonderful relationship with them. And we're actually also, this is maybe a little bit of a spoiler for the theater, but we're also partnering with Vokes and Bridget St. Bridget to bring our production of Dracula to the stage in October.
Oh, wow.
So, cool.
That's a great time
we really
of
kind
year.
of developed a really wonderful, rich, robust relationship with them. And everything that I've seen them do is just it's incredible.
It
it's
really
incredible.
is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got to see
Yeah.
God
So we're
on trial.
excited.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
please.
so we're excited to have them back, and then we also have our belly dancers back
Yes.
with Chrysalis Studios.
Yay.
Yeah.
Our Indian classical dancers are coming back.
Cool.
And then we have a new dance group called the title of the show is called Shell, by a studio called Creative Moves, and they're an out of town group.
Okay.
How fun.
Cool.
Cool. So that's 5 of the shows. You've got 15 other shows, so I know it's kind of hard to highlight, but do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about some of the rest of the shows?
Yeah, so I mentioned we do have a couple stand-up comedians that will be at the Big Canvas Theater. So Sophie Naus and Brooke Barcel. Brooke was in our festival 2021. So not last year, but the year before. She'll be back, so we're excited to have her back. We have a magician again this year,
Awesome.
Jared Chernoshak. He's coming back. He's coming back. I say that because he directed a show last year, but this year he's doing his own one-person Choose Your Own Adventure show. So it should be... Yeah, I don't really know much about it. It's called Unheard Of.
Okay.
But it sounds very interesting.
Oh, cool.
So,
Yeah. Awesome.
and then we have just some out-of-town artists here to see the world with Beth McLaughlin. She was supposed to be in last year's and then got COVID. So she reapplied again this year and got in again. And we're happy. We're hoping everything works out this time.
Yeah.
So... And then we have Paul Pape, the Million Chairs Project. He is going to be, actually don't really know much about that, except that it is also kind of like a audience interaction. Something interesting will happen, so you should go.
All right.
Terry Brennan, who I know is from Omaha, but is currently just moved to British Columbia. He will be juggling tires and doing other things.
Really?
So-
You can juggle tires?
Oh, you can juggle anything, man.
Apparently.
If you know anything about Terry, he is a daredevil. He's one of my favorite people. I haven't seen him in probably 5 or 6 years since the last time he was in Omaha, probably even longer than that. So I'm really excited that he's going to be back and that he's still being his daredevil self.
Wow.
Cool.
That's actually another one that's going to be at the theaters, so I'm excited about
That's
that.
That'd be
exciting.
Benson. Cool.
Well, you don't have to pay the recycle fee when you get your tires replaced. You might as well juggle with them.
Just juggle them.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it should be fun. The description of the show talks about how it has to do with like the mind of an ADHD kid. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I did see
yeah,
that.
well, how tires factor into that, we'll see. We have Steve Hydeen from the 402 Collective. He's doing a show called Pullers. We're excited to be able to kind of have him be a part of the festival. They partnered with us for our party. So we're really excited that they get to actually be part of the festival as well. We also have, Pandemic at the Disco is coming back.
Yeah,
They've been in our
excellent.
festival for the last few years. Like I said, a couple of out-of-town artists. Brad McIntyre, I'm going to mess up the title of his play. It's called The Beast of Hyperborea.
Yep.
And then someone named Landon Hudson called Glowy Sticky Ceiling Stars.
Cute.
Both of these I think are going to be really great, honestly. Go read the descriptions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Madeline McRae, she was in our festival 2021, and then again last year was supposed to be in it but had some health issues, and so we're glad that she's going to be back.
Yay, I'm directing that one.
Oh, are you?
Yes. Yes.
So you probably know more about it than I do.
Yes, A Family Fractured. Well, I'll be seeing the first draft here pretty soon. So she's furiously writing. Just got a title this week. So yeah, I was just talking to her earlier today. So we have all of our people. So then that'll be a staged reading. So
yes,
and
yeah, that's what I heard. Kind of like a staged reading with movement. Is how she described it.
Well, we'll have some movement. We won't just be sitting there reading. So.
Well, that's good. That's good because
there'll be a little movement.
The subject matter on that one's kind of serious.
It is like her last one that she did.
Yeah,
so
with a little bit of humor, maybe.
And she's going to have trigger warnings and stuff on that one because it deals with suicide, like her last play did. She swears to me that she writes comedies as well.
We just need to read them.
She's just like, I'm just on this suicide thing. And I'm like, all right, well, go ahead, write what you
write what you feel. Absolutely.
So but she'll have. We were just talking about that. She'll have warnings because it's all about suicide. So
okay.
So certain people,
Well, and all of our shows will, if any of them need that kind of warning, they'll all include that. So audiences will be very aware of making the choices that are appropriate for them.
That's a heavy one.
Yeah.
Although knowing her, there will be some funny moments. I'm sure.
Exactly.
Good. So just a couple others I did want to mention. There's another out-of-town artist called The Holy O. That's the name of the play. The artist is Lauren Hant. It's all about women and empowerment. I think it'll be great.
And the O stands for what you think it stands for.
Yeah.
Oreos?
Exactly.
Maybe. So, Peggy Jones has a show in the festival this year, called Coyote and Afrofuturist Fantasia.
Yeah.
Yes, that looks fascinating.
It does.
Yes, so that should be really, really interesting. And then finally, we have our one international/national artist. We have Naomi Bates, who worked for Nebraska Shakespeare last year and is helping out Fringe this year in our marketing capacity, and she's on our board. She is doing a show with a friend of hers who lives in, I'm going to get this wrong because I think the friend just moved, but Indonesia. And so they're doing this the interesting collaboration where, because the friend will actually not be in Omaha. So Naomi will be, but the friend will be acting from where she is. So it'll be a kind of a technology experience.
Oh, neat.
That's pretty cool.
I love it.
And as I'm looking at this, I gotta mention this one, and I think it's at Benson. I think Jason said this was at Benson. Mix and Matchinate.
Oh yeah, how did I forget how did I forget?
And it's the entire play. That one's written by. That's okay. That one's written by Clay Ferris Naff, and directed by who's that? Directed by Jeannie R. Sadi, possibly.
Yes, I apologize for mispronouncing.
I hope I just didn't butcher that.
Yeah.
I'm doing a very short version of that, directing a short version of that right now for the First Flight Festival for Angels right now. That's 15-ish minutes, the first 15 or so minutes of it, the opening scene, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
But
we're excited to have the full thing at the
Yes,
Fringe.
and he's going to do the whole thing, and he told me, and it was like, so I got to come see it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the whole version of it. I mean, I've read it, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to see everybody that they cast in it, and I'm really excited to see that because it was like,
Yeah.
just starting to direct. So
I mean, I just can't imagine the moving parts for this. Not just the ticketing, but
oh my God,
the actual logistics of each production and having enough people working lights and working sound and
4 locations.
yeah, all of that. I just can't imagine all the moving parts. Do you have someone that helps with all of those volunteers, or does each location have to come up with
Do they
their own
coordinate
volunteers?
Their own thing,
So we, speaking of volunteers, we have 4 of them.
volunteers needed.
Yay!
Yeah.
Put that
So
out
if you are interested in volunteering for Omaha Fringe, you can go to our website, omahafringe.com, and there's a link to sign up. And you do get a full festival pass, so you can see any show you want as many times as you want, as a thank you for volunteering. Each venue is not necessarily like in charge. Like the festival as a whole is in charge of the volunteers.
Okay.
So we kind of send out volunteer schedules and what venue each volunteer will work at and coordinate it that way. And the festival also hires all of our like board operators and designers for each venue.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Can't imagine. It's just got to be, it's like having a season all in one weekend. It's like a theater having a season in one weekend.
20 things.
Practically. Yeah.
Although it is nice you guys were able to divide it up nicely like that, 5, 5, and 5 and 5, you know, each venue. And that, I bet that makes it maybe a little easier.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it made our schedules easier this year, in terms of not having to work from like 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday.
For sure.
They're shorter days and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You're not stacking up so many things at one venue. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Understood.
Oh, we are just so blessed to be able to have an Omaha Fringe Festival. And
Yes.
both of you and your board are responsible for that. And we just really thank you for all the work that you do to bring Fringe to Omaha.
Yes.
Put us on the map of Fringe.
you are welcome.
That's great. I love it.
Yes, and now Benson's on board this year. Even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even better. The days of the festival are August 10th through the 13th. The 10th, is that a Thursday? Is that starting on the Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
4
Absolutely.
days.
So just one weekend this year. And
Yeah,
it's gonna
just
be
one weekend.
packed full of good stuff.
Yes, one weekend, 4 locations, 4 days,
4 days.
4 locations,
5 times
Yeah.
4 equals 20. See?
5
There
different
you go.
shows at each location. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
All right.
Well, these all sound wonderful. And so
Yes.
these plays, though,
Fringe is always good.
Just for people who may not have been to Fringe before or have listened before, most of these plays and productions run, what, 20 minutes, maybe, a piece? Ish?
That's a good question. The cutoff is technically 60 minutes. Like each piece is given about a 60-minute window. Some of them are closer to 30 or 35 minutes.
Okay.
I broke that rule when I was in Fringe the first year. Really close to having the lights turned off on my show every single time we do it. Because it's only every Fringe has that rule. It's supposed to be a tight 60 minutes, and then
60
there's
minutes
30 minutes in between to change over for the next show.
Oh, okay. I don't know. When I went,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
When I...
So, but
That's
yeah,
awesome to know then. So if you win in the lottery, you got 60 minutes.
60 minutes or less.
And then they turn the lights off.
Boom, out. Jason, 60 minutes or less.
We pushed. I mean, it was a fast-paced play too. We really pushed ourselves, but we just couldn't get it under 70 minutes.
Go.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Everybody gets the extra what they paid for. So
I
that's
know.
great.
It sounded like the first time I ever went to contest in high school for dramatic interp, but I took a piece that was 45 minutes. And then you only get like 20, 25 minutes. Whoops.
Awesome.
Turn the lights off, Anya.
Not all of them stopped me. No, they were all looking at the clock.
Yeah, we do try to make sure that most of the shows run at least 45 minutes.
Cool.
That is something that we put on the forms for the artists. So I imagine that almost all of them will run between 45 and 60.
45 and 60, yeah.
So 45 to 59.9
.9999 minutes.
It's actually, if you go, I haven't been to a lot of other fringes, but some of the bigger fringes, when you go to their fringe, you can actually see the clock. Each of their venues has a clock in the back, and it counts down so the artists know how much time they have left.
Wow.
Oh, my
so
God.
they can like cut or wrap up based on like
That's
how
awesome.
many minutes they have.
That is wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do want to mention one other thing. This year, the weekend before the Fringe, so August 5th, we are bringing Fringe to the Omaha Farmers Market.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, I mean, it won't be. I mean, we're not like bringing productions, but like all the artists will be down there, and we'll be talking about the Fringe, and we'll be explaining and having a good time, and maybe there will be small performances if the artists get excited and want to do little previews. So
All right.
we would love to see people down there. It's just we teach people about Fringe and what it is. And also, sorry, I remembered one other thing. We always do our preview party so that you can come and check out which shows you want to see, which ones seem interesting, because each of the shows will have a 2-minute preview. And that'll be Monday, August 7th. And it's free, and it's at Blackstone Theater. So come down. You can meet the artists. You can see what shows are going to be in the Fringe, get a little taste for them, and then like make your schedule of what you want to see and when.
And that's not going to be Facebook Lived or anything. You have to go in person, right?
Yeah, it'll be in person.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably won't Facebook Live it.
Yeah, exactly that. And you have your art all figured out. I saw you had your art contest and for your buttons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We have our button. I was like, art? We don't have art.
Yes, you do. You have art.
Your baton.
Yes, we have our new design for this year by Abs Cameron. They put together a nice little design. So just as a reminder, if you do want to come to the Fringe, you do have to buy a button. They're $5 one time. That helps support the festival so that we can keep going.
Awesome.
That's such an awesome idea too. I love it.
Love it.
It's like a little membership fee with a button.
With a button.
Yeah, there you
With
go.
art on it.
With art on it. I like it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both so much. We appreciate everything that you do for the Omaha area. All of Eastern Nebraska can come easily and come see all of this. So.
Yes, so glad to have Fringe here in
Western
Omaha.
Iowa.
Yep,
Yeah.
so glad to have Fringe here in Omaha.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. So good to see you.
Yes.
We will see you in
thank
person
you.
without masks soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. See you at Fringe.
Yes. Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.